Well, good morning. Not the way I wanted to do my video, but this is the way I'm going to have to do my video. I've been working on my computer for over an hour, and my Samsung tablet did a fantastic video, but sound went out right when I went into it, so that didn't do no good either. So we're going to do this the old-timey way with me and you here on the cell phone. I hope it's good quality. I hope you can hear me well. But I wanted to do a little reading here from this book that I did before, The Prophet. And it is dealing with religion and passion. And the priestess spoke again and said, speak to us on reason and passion. And remember, this is Old English, so I'm going to struggle a little bit with this. And he answered, saying, your soul is oftentimes a battlefield upon which your reason and your judgment wage war against your passion and your appetite. What would that I could be the peacemaker in your soul, that I might turn the discord and rivalry of your elements into oneness and melody. But how shall I, unless you yourself be also the peacemakers, nay, the lovers of your own elements? Your reason and your passion are the rudder and the sails of your seafaring soul. If either your sails or your rudder be broken, you can but toss and drift, or else it held at standstill at mid-sea. For reason and ruling alone is a force confining, and passion unattained is a flame that burns to its own destruction. Therefore, let your soul exalt your reason to the height and passion that it may sing, and let it direct your passion with reason, and your passion may live through its own daily resurrection, and like the phoenix rises above its own ashes. I would have you consider your judgment and your appetite, even as you would to love guests in your house. Surely you would not honor one guest above the others, for who is more mindful if one loses the love and faith, or of both? Among the hills as you sit in the cool shade of the white polars, sharing the peace and sincerity of distant fields and meadows, then let your heart say in silence, God rest in reason. And when the storms come and the mighty winds shake the forest, the thunder and lightning proclaim the majesty of the sky. And let your heart say in awe, God moves in passion. And since you are a breath in God's sphere and a leaf in God's forest, you should rest in reason and move in passion. I want to say that. Rest in reason and move in passion. Awesome. And what we're seeing here is we're seeing a balance. We're seeing a balance between both sides. And let me give a brief description. Hold on, don't go nowhere. Sorry. This is a tree that my daughter made for me. So she's 11. So this is the tree of life, basically. And within this tree, we have 3 up and downs. We have 3 roads. But yet we have the Shekinah on the bottom and a Keter on top, which is the highest and the lowest. But remember, the lowest in the Creator is awesome. So I'm not putting that down. But within this, we have all of these roads that we have to move through, to climb the rungs, to climb our ability to know the Creator perfectly, or to know Him better. Perfectly is not a good word. So in our daily walks, we are to climb these rungs. And, some may take this path. Some of us have to go, we got the right and the left, the judgment and mercy, basically. And we've got all of, and each one of these sephirotes symbolizes, and I'm not teaching on Kabbalah today. I just want to give you a good illustration of what I'm talking about when I talk about a balance. Because everything within our life has to have a balance. In other words, today what we're seeing within the news, and we're seeing on TV, and we're seeing in the election field, and we're seeing in religion, and we're seeing in society in general, is we're seeing the right and the left battle each other. We have Trump people versus Biden people. And there's not a middle no more. You don't see right or left trying to say we need to get to the middle to try to save this country. We're destroying it with our philosophies and our anger and our passion. we're supporting our men rather than we're supporting this country. And Reagan and even Clinton was a master of bringing these two sides together to work with them. And we need more of that balance. We need more of that in life. And we see it in religion also. We see religion that has some light, and they go out and try to, well, we know this is not just said. We know in history we see this. We see a religion that gets truth, and they go out and conquer the world. And they'll start using military and all of these things to try to get people to see this light. And basically, if you don't see this light, at one time you were destroyed. Now you're just doomed to a place of torment forever. And then we see another, religion that even within their splinter groups, if you don't do certain things like they do, you can't be a part of that group. And I'm speaking of Judaism, basically, that, you have Orthodox, Conservative, and Reform, but within that you have so many splinters within each of those three rungs. Within Orthodox there's hundreds, and they do have a common unity in some of it, but when it comes to communities, they'll split over different ways. Maybe some eat, or and not always a negative. But what I'm trying to say is we even have divisions within the Jewish understanding. And Islam, I really not sure of it, although I have experienced in studying different YouTube pages and rabbis who teach on Islam, that there's many divisions within that also. So what we see is we don't see a balance among the unity of philosophies. We see right and left battles within that. In Christianity, you have your progressive and your Orthodox approach. Judaism's the same way. You have an Orthodox and a progressive approach. And I notice in Islam, we're having the same things now. But there's not a balance. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing I will say is in each group, most of them, let's say 80%, will take up for each other, whether they're within your group or not. I know within Judaism, I've heard, rabbis that didn't like other rabbis who would never come out and say, oh, he's not a Jew. They may say he's not a good Jew or he's not right, but they'll never, throw him under the bus. Now, I have seen it happen also. And in Christianity, pretty much, they'll say, well, at least he's a Christian, but then it gets a little twisted within there also. So I'm just using three. There's many other. There's Sikh religion, which I love so much. We see Buddhism, Hinduism. We see all of these things, and we see even the studies within Enki and the Anunnaki and these early forms of spirituality that we have. There's splinters even within those groups too that won't even recognize. So what I'm trying to say this morning is when you watch my videos, or you watch, I guess I can speak for David in this also, and another friend, Neo Anderson, we don't have the truth. We're looking for truth, and we have found bits of truth, but we are all on a journey together to climb this rung, this tree of life that we read about. Or, there's 7 chakras that we're trying to rise our chakra. We're trying to rise up. We're trying to be better human beings, better connected to the Creator, so that we can actually experience that Mashiach, Christ-minded consciousness that we need in this world today. Boy, do we ever need a Mashiach conscious here today. But many are looking for a Superman to come in, to fly in, and to solve it, which would be a wonderful aspect. I'm a superheroes freak, and I would love to see it. But I'm afraid it's going to have to come within the wells of our souls, that we're going to have to come to a consciousness that we are the fix, that we are the ones that are going to have to fix this mess. And in doing that, it's going to require a lot of setting down the egos, becoming more balanced. And there is a time for right and left. There is a time for judgment, and there is a time for mercy and grace and stuff like that. But most of the time, you're going to find that you need to be in the middle to really understand this. Now, why do I even bother making videos? I know I have very little impact upon what people think and everything, and that's fine. I'm not a scholar. I mean, I am a self-scholar, and I'm self-learned thanks to the internet and stuff. I put a lot of hours into what I learn. So I'm not just a novice who picks up a book or watch a YouTube video and starts claiming I have truth, because God knows I found partial truth, but I found a lot of garbage along the way also. So I am here to join you to learn, not to teach. Although if I am felt directed or felt led in another path or another thing that I can bring it that may help you. Sometimes it may hinder you, and you may just want to turn me off, and that's fine too. So one video I watched this past week is about David Ben Shul, and it was two of them actually. One of them was called The Illusion, and the other one was talking about boxes, basically. And the Illusion one, I'm not going to go over it. You can go to his channel on Facebook. It's David Ben Shul. Friend him there, and his videos are logged there. He ain't posted any of them on YouTube yet, but he has a YouTube channel, David Ben Shul. Neo Anderson also on Facebook and MeWe, and David Ben Shul's on MeWe also. And Neo's got some good videos too that he does on presentations on the same thing that we're talking. We're all three on different paths, but we're on the same goal. We're not really on three different paths. We're just, like I showed you, the tree has many rungs. We're trying to find the sparks where we can, and that's what we're doing. So that's three that I definitely, would recommend. And there's many more. If you want, email me, I will show you some others too. So that's where we're at, and we're really trying to get people on board this. We're not asking you to follow our mantra, to follow our way, or to believe anything that I say. You better check out, but don't check out with just dogma. You better check out with other scriptures, stuff like that too, because to see where I'm coming from. Because everything I'm teaching is not just coming from the Tanakh, although inspired maybe by Tanakh. A lot of maybe what I'm coming from is going to be from the Zohar. A lot of it's going to come from one of my favorite books, The Aquarian Gospel, a book called Towards the Light. I have Kabbalah of Yeshua, which is fantastic. I have so many books here that I take my readings and stuff that I'm understanding from. So if you're going to attack me and you're going to do it through dogma, that's fine. It's not going to really affect anything because I'm not in that dogma or in that box. Yes, I do live Torah. I do Shabbat. I do the festivals. I do these things. I do the best I can. So that's where I'm at. But in turn, I can read stuff from the New Testament. I can read stuff from the Quran or these other books and separate that which is truth for me in my journey and that which to discard also. So there's a lot of good truth out there. There's a lot of good truth in the Zohar, but if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to read it, you're going to become very, very confused. Because even within the Zohar, there's so many different communities, from the Kabbalah Center to Kabbalah Info with Laitman, from Jewish Kabbalah, from Gnostic Kabbalah. There's so many different views. So my whole part of this video is, I keep on looking for the cat to jump on me at any time, so that's what I'm doing, is to find your balance, to find that centering point to where you can actually be not emotional, not over passionate. As we read starting this thing, passion, unbridled passion can lead to your destruction. And boy, there's many Karaites out there and Christians out there who are, if you don't do it my way, you're wrong, turn or burn. And that's not just from Christians. I hear it also from Karaites and even some Orthodox Jews too. So, and even Islam. So I'm not picking on one group or another. And I'm not saying any of them are wrong. I'm just saying within my view and my understanding, I'm looking for truth, not dogma. So when you watch my videos, realize that I'm not here to lead you. I'm a self-teacher. I've been through theological training and stuff like that. But at the time, I leave all that alone, and I am a sojourner with you. And I'll pass different information and stuff like that. But look for my friend David Ben Shul and Neo Anderson on Facebook. There's others, David LeBlanc. There's so many other ones out here that I can give you, but email me because I don't have their permission really to say anything out loud, and I don't want to push if they don't want to be pushed. So have a great day. Enjoy the truth. Enjoy the Creator. He has a plan for us. We do have a job. We are required to step above that thing that we've been taught all of our life and to actually study, to actually pick up books, to actually read them, not to listen to our preacher, rabbi, or imam. We're not to listen to our spiritual light or whatever teacher. You are required to pick up the books and read them alone. That's going to require a lot of time. Yeah, it is. And I find that I have enough time for my Netflix. I have enough time for naps, and I have enough time for stuff like that. So I've got to make time for reading books. This little book right here that I showed you, it's $3, maybe cheaper on Amazon. It's not religious at all. It's not backed by any religious institute, although some may use it. So much wisdom in this book. So much wisdom. The Zohar, you know, oh my God. You can go to the Kabbalah Center and get them at a good price. Oh, the Kabbalah Center. I'm not teaching doctrine, just an English version of the Kabbalah so you can get into. And yes, Hebrew is probably better. But at 56, this man's not going to master Hebrew. Sorry. So the English version is what I love. And there's also the, this one also, excuse me. This one's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's got a lot more notes dealing within Judaism and stuff like that. A very good find also, too, if you want to read that. Another book that I recommend is The Keys of Enoch, that was written back in 73, like a Revelation type thing that deals with Kabbalah and Gnosticism and Christianity, which is a very good book too. So that's what I want to say is as I come on here and make these videos, I have not the truth. I don't have a corner of truth on the market. I'm just trying to do what I need to do to help myself and maybe share a little nugget out there that would help you also draw you close to the Creator. So that's all. Have a great day. And I wish I could have done this on my computer, but my computer's still not doing anything. Thank you.